Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben, the award-winning gardening podcast as voted for by the Grow Your Own magazine and by my followers and by my listeners. I hope that you have all clicked that subscribe button. If you're new to the podcast channel, please do click the subscribe button and then you get notified of all the new podcasts that get launched. And if you're not following me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and TikTok, make sure you look for Gardening with Ben and follow me on all my social medias. So sit back, relax, grab a brew and let's enjoy today's gardening podcast with Ben. Hello everyone and welcome back to Gardening with Ben. I bet you have wondered where I've gone, but I am here. If you've been watching Facebook and Instagram, you will know that I've been around. But wow, I have been so busy, and I must apologise. It's been like nearly a month since I've done a podcast, and I know quite a lot of you obviously enjoy the podcasts and have been messaging me to say, Ben, when are your podcasts coming back? We are missing listening to them. And thank you for those that did actually message me, and obviously some people haven't missed it because they've not messaged me. I'm only joking. But yes, the podcasts are back, and hopefully back to stay, because we need to get pumping these out and get sharing lots more tips and advice with you all and what we've been getting up to. And yeah, it could possibly be quite a long episode because wow, have I been busy at my allotment. And if I look back, it's probably the beginning of April the last time I did a podcast. So wow, what have I been up to in a month? And if you're not following me on YouTube, go and check out my YouTube video, what I uploaded last night. And it's a tour of my allotment of what I've been getting up to on my plot for the last month. And you will see the drastic change that I have done in my plot. It has changed so much within 1 month. It's unbelievable. And I've still got loads left to get done on the plot. It's going to be hard work, but I'm hoping to get it all done and get it all completed and hopefully get it all looking pretty much ship shape and fantastic, ready for summer. Mind you, it is looking pretty fantastic now, and I know I'm blowing my own trumpet, but yeah, I'm rubbish at DIY, as I always say. But I am impressed with how much it's looking good so far. And let's tell you what I've been getting up to. And yes, I am Ben. I am addicted to buying plants. Oh, it's absolutely killing me at the moment. For those that don't know, I live opposite a Tesco, and I literally go in every single day for bits and bobs for shopping, because I don't store much shopping in, so I just get it on a daily basis, so it's fresh. And obviously, I walk past the plants in the entrance every single day when I walk past. And every day I'm thinking, I'm not going to buy them, not unless they reduce them. I'm not going to buy them, not unless they reduce them. I'm not paying full price for plants. I wouldn't pay full price. Not when I can grow a lot of stuff myself, but I wouldn't pay full price for plants. And obviously, now that the warmer weather's been coming, they're starting to dry out and starting to die off. So the supermarkets obviously reduce them back to the cost price that they've probably paid for them, and just to get rid of them and to get the money back for them, basically. And wow, have I got some bargains recently. My recent purchases have been, I bought some rhododendrons the other week for £1. I bought some azaleas for £1. I bought some packs of 20 marigolds for 80p. Packs of 20 petunias for 80p. I purchased some fuchsias for 80p a plant from like £2.50. But wow, my allotment is going to look absolutely stunning. Fingers crossed if it all comes off and it all grows well. And as I've said in previous podcasts, I'm wanting to get more and more perennial plants in my plot. The more perennial plants I can buy, the better, because then I don't have to grow as many flowers myself, even though I probably will do. But the more perennials I've got in, the better, because they'll come back year after year. Whereas the other flowers, like your marigolds, your petunias, your calendula, they're all annuals, which means you have to plant them every single year for them to flower. So the more petunias, perennials, not petunias, the more perennials I get, the better, and hopefully get lots more happening there. So that has been my addiction so far. I'm just waiting for them to reduce the price of some hostas because I've seen some hostas in the entrance at the moment, and I'm waiting for them to reduce them. Fingers crossed they will. I'll have to keep going back every day to have a look to see if they reduce them, because as you'll have seen on my Facebook and Instagram, my big project for the last month has been to build a brand new spanking area on my plot. Now, this area hasn't been touched for like 16 years since I've had my plot. It's just been an area where I move everything to the top of the plot as I'm clearing it, and it's just become a massive dumping area. And basically, it's being filled with plastic, bricks, wood, rubbish, you name it, it's up there. And wow, has that taken some shifting over these weeks, but I have managed to do it. Every time I was digging down into the soil, bam, I hit another brick, bam, I hit another brick. I'm like, no, not another brick. I must have dug up so many bricks, it's been unbelievable. But I've got most of them out. I'm still finding them as I'm doing a bit of digging, but I've got lots of them out, and I've created, rather than use wood for all my borders and stuff like I have done for the rest of the plot, I've used bricks to make the beds out of, to make the edges on the pathways out of, and yeah, it looks absolutely fantastic. I'm really pleased with myself on how well it's come off and how well it's actually looking. And I'm certainly impressed with how much plot has come on this year, because last year was an absolute farce with my allotment, basically. I'd gone back to working a 9 while 5 job, and I hadn't got much time to get to the allotment because I was travelling early to work and I was getting late home from work, so I weren't going in the week. I was only going at the weekend for 2 days a week, and I couldn't cope with doing it. I couldn't keep on top of it. I couldn't have stuff in my polytunnel growing because I wouldn't have time to go down and water it. So I didn't have anything growing in there last year, and it was a complete shambles. I got lots and lots of fruit off because the fruit doesn't need much care and attention. But I didn't get a good response from growing vegetables last year, and this year I've got the time, I've got the effort to put into it, and I've got the determination to get some fantastic crops from my allotment. And fingers crossed we will do, and fingers crossed it will look absolutely fantastic come summertime. And I've got so much planned for it. I'm still thinking of plenty of other changes that I want to do. I'm well ahead of schedule with my allotment. All my beds are ready. They're all painted up. They're all drilled together. All my paths are laid. It looks fantastic. All my seeds are growing in my greenhouse. Not everyone's germinating, but they're all growing. And yeah, come end of June, they'll all start going outside into the ground for them to grow, because the chance of frost is still around, so you don't want to be planting stuff where you don't want it to get killed off by frost, because a lot of the plants are very delicate and you don't want them to get attacked by the frost. Um, Make sure you read up on stuff before you're actually planting stuff out, whether it can be affected by frost, because like I say, I bought all these marigolds, I bought all these petunias, but I've not planted them outside yet. They're in my polytunnel because I've read up on them, and they are general, they can be killed by frost. So I don't, even though I got them cheap, I don't want to kill them off by putting them out in the frost. I've just brought them back to life by giving them some water. I don't want to go and kill them off again. So yeah, make sure you check stuff out before planting outside if you can plant due to the frost. I keep looking at the temperatures on the Met Office website to see what chance of frost we've got coming up, and Sheffield's looking like it might have finished with frost now, but I'm just going to give it a couple more weeks because I read somewhere that we could get snow again. But I'll wait a couple of weeks and then I'll check the temperatures out, and I may start planting stuff out we'll just keep an eye on it. Obviously, if you're down south, the chance of frost is very minimal, as it's a lot warmer down south in the UK than it is up north here in Sheffield, and obviously in Scotland. If you live in Scotland, you won't be planted out until later. It's always cold in Scotland, but yeah, and wow, April has been one of the driest months in ages. It hasn't rained for ages, absolutely ages. Every day when I'm going to the allotment, I'm watering all my strawberry plants, all my raspberries, all my fruit trees, everything. I was watering it every single day. Rhubarb, even though I do give the rhubarb a good drink of water every single day, but I've been watering so much these past few days and weeks. But it finally rained last night here in Sheffield. We got some rain and everything got a good drinking. And the only thing is, though, when we have rain, the weeds will start to grow again, because you obviously only water where the plants are. You don't water the empty beds and stuff like that. So all the weeds will start growing again in them beds again. So where there's swings, there's roundabouts. So unfortunately, we won't be getting any. We'll be getting lots of weeds coming back through again, but we can keep on top of them. I'm just looking forward to starting to get planting stuff out now and getting it all ready. If you check out my latest YouTube video, you'll see how many things I've got growing in my shed. Wow, I've got so much, and I'm really wanting to give melons a good go this year. That is going to be my main priority, and some peppers as well. I'm going to be growing my melons and my peppers and my cucumbers in my polytunnel, and in my shed I'm going to have my tomato plants, because it's not as hot in my shed and they can grow well in there still, whereas the melons will need a hot climate for them to grow. Even though they are UK varieties, what can be grown in the UK, I still want them at the peak hottest, and in the polytunnel will be the hottest it can be. So that is my plan, to have some fantastic watermelons growing, and hopefully we can share with you all how well they get on. So make sure you stay tuned to my social medias to see how well we get on with these melons, and see if we get some good outcomes with it. So you never know, we might get some, we might not do, but that's the whole point in gardening. It's some stuff you're good with and some stuff we fail with. We'll have to see how we get on. Fingers crossed we do get some good outcomes, and fingers crossed we do get some good produce from it all this year. So I'm looking forward to sharing a lot of stuff with you. And I have missed doing these podcasts over the last few weeks. Obviously it takes a lot of time and effort to record. Obviously 20 minutes of talking, or 15 minutes depending on how long the episode is, and sometimes I run out of topics to talk about. So if you've got anything you want me to talk about, please do send me an Instagram message and I will talk about it and share it with you. Or if you're happy with me just to talk on a daily basis of what I've been up to and what I'm getting up to, feel free to let me know. And please do tell me what you enjoy about these podcasts as well, or what you don't enjoy. Be honest. I can only learn and get better, because I don't listen to many other podcasts, to be honest. I just enjoy recording this one and just talking into a microphone for you all to enjoy it. So please be honest and let me know what you think of the podcasts and how well you enjoy them. And over the next couple of days, we'll be getting some more podcasts together. We'll be doing our usual episode on what seeds to be planted in May, and vegetables and stuff like that. Then also what jobs need to be done in the allotment and garden in May. So stay tuned for that episode as well, and we'll be getting them out pretty soon for you. And I still need to do my episodes on what seeds have come in the Kitchen Garden magazine and the Grow Your Own magazine this month, and I still need to go out and get them myself. Actually, I've not been and purchased them yet, so we need to go out and get them, because they've stopped selling them at my Tesco Crossroad, which I'm really annoyed about, so I have to go elsewhere to go and purchase them. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned for those episodes, and I hope that you're happy that the podcasts are back, because I certainly am. So until next time, remember, please do keep smiling, keep gardening, and keep listening to Gardening with Ben's podcasts. Thank you for listening to today's Gardening with Ben's podcast. I hope that you've enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do click that subscribe button and feel free to share it as well on your Instagram stories. All you have to do if you're listening on Spotify is click the share button and you can share it straight to your Instagram story for all your followers to listen to and help build my listeners up as well and get more people listening to it. Feel free to check out all my social medias: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and TikTok. Yes, I'm on TikTok. Go check it out. Check out my dancing. Gardening with Ben. And check out the link as well in the description of this podcast, where you can check out my gardening t-shirt shop, where I sell funny t-shirts with all different funny logos and designs on. And feel free to support me by purchasing one, and all the money obviously goes back into my allotment, where I can share more gardening tips with you all. So until next time, remember, keep smiling, keep gardening and keep listening to Gardening with Ben's podcast.